The Tuesday, November 12th, 2024 meeting of the Eden Prairie City Council is now called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, it's typical and normal at the start of a meeting for me to read an open podium invitation to our residents. Open podium is an opportunity for Eden Prairie residents to address the City Council on issues related to Eden Prairie City government. Prior to each council meeting, these council meetings typically occur the first and the third Tuesday of each month. The open podium occurs from 6:30 p.m. to 6:55 right here in the council chamber. If you wish to speak at open podium, please do contact the city manager's office at 952-949-8412 by noon of the meeting date with your name, your phone number, and subject matter so we can be better prepared for you. Open podium is not recorded or televised. If you have questions about open podium, please do contact the city manager's office. Mr. Getchell, we have some exciting, I think, presentations this evening and a proclamation, so I'll turn it back over to you.
We do, Mayor. Thank you. We have several people here being recognized this evening. We're very excited about this. And we are going to start with the fire department. We have a recognition for our firefighters for a life-saving rescue. I'm going to introduce Fire Chief Gerber, and he will walk us through the presentation.
Chief, welcome.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thanks for the opportunity to be here tonight. I'd like to also really take a minute to welcome the many firefighters that we have with us tonight, the police officers, our EMS partners with Hennepin Healthcare, and the many family members that are here tonight with those that are going to be recognized. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be part of our evening tonight. We're here tonight to recognize 4 individuals for their heroic and service above self actions. But before I get to those specific recognitions, I'd like to talk about public safety in Eden Prairie. Public safety in Eden Prairie is about team. Responding to any emergency in our community is about a collaborative team effort. The team includes our dispatchers, our police officers, our firefighters, and our EMS professionals, with our outside agency, Hennepin EMS, providing that care. Our dispatchers provide critical information on a fire scene that includes paging us in a timely manner, providing critical radio information. Our police officers are often the first to arrive. They often flush our hydrants for us so that we can provide water to a fire quicker. They often provide evacuation of those that might be in or near danger and crowd control on a fire scene. Our firefighters are there to provide fire suppression and patient care, and our EMS providers provide patient care to those who might be injured on a scene, as well as firefighter rehabilitation. Specifically, on the fire of May 31st, 2024, that fire included a rescue. But I want to talk about our entire team before I get to the 4 specific recognitions tonight. The team started with our dispatch center. We are very fortunate in this city to have our own dispatch center. Our dispatchers took that call. They were able to page that call in an extremely timely manner, provide critical information over the radio, and called for more resources when requested through our box alarm assignments. Our police officers. That day, like many others in Eden Prairie, the police officers arrived first. They were able to provide critical information, assist with home evacuations, provide crowd control, and provide very critical radio and face-to-face communications to firefighters as they arrived on scene. Our fire department arrived on scene, provided fire suppression and patient care. I want to specifically talk about a few individuals that were amongst the first arriving that are not being specifically given an award with the 4 tonight, but played a key role in this particular fire. Chief Ward Parker, who was the incident commander of this scene, managed the scene from start to finish. Chief Rick Burkbigler, who was assigned a division to be able to help manage one of the areas of this extremely challenging scene. At one time, Chief Burkbigler was also tasked with managing a hose flowing water by himself when others got pulled away. Our first arriving apparatus included our Quint 11, which had Rob Cross as our officer, Matt Stoltz as our fire apparatus operator, Matt Roberts and Deanna Bassett as firefighters on that crew. They provided critical fire suppression in that initial arrival. The second truck that arrived was the crew from Engine 12. Many of them are going to be recognized tonight. But in addition to that, Jeff Corain was the operator of that truck, who was a critical part of providing water supply to that particular scene so that firefighting efforts could be done. Now, specifically, our partners around Hennepin EMS also played a critical part that day. They played a critical part in being able to help with the patient care once a patient was extracted from a home. And so as we get to this particular time, I'd like to recognize 4 particular individuals, and I'm going to ask them to come forward. Assistant Chief Justin Johnson, Captain Matt Worthington, Firefighter Joshua Prevette, and Firefighter Michael Doe. On the morning of May 31st, 2024, the Eden Prairie Fire Department was notified of a structure fire on Cardiff Lane in Eden Prairie. While en route to the call, the police and fire departments were updated by our dispatch center that the house was heavily involved in fire. A first alarm was requested for additional fire resources. The fire department arrived on scene. Chief Parker assumed command and found an active fire involving more than one dwelling. Firefighters from Quint 11 and Engine 12, along with Chiefs Johnson and Burke-Bigler, arrived shortly after Chief Parker. The crews from Quint 11 and Engine 12 pulled hose lines off their apparatus, established a water supply with a nearby hydrant, and began to extinguish the fire. Chiefs Johnson and Burke-Bigler were assigned divisions to manage. At this time, there was conflicting information from bystanders and from 911 callers about people possibly being trapped inside the burning structure. Police officers on scene, as well as our dispatch center, attempted to obtain accurate information so that effective tactical decisions could be made by the fire department. During this chaotic time, fire crews assessed that there could possibly still be people trapped inside the burning structure. Based on the information available at this time, Chief Johnson redeployed himself and the crew from Engine 12, Captain Worthington, Firefighter Prevette, and Firefighter Doe, to the Charlie side of the structure. Chief Johnson provided the priority update to the incident command, and the crew began to enter the structure, breaking a large door to perform a high-risk search. Captain Worthington, Firefighter Prevette, and Firefighter Doe entered the first floor of the structure to begin their primary search with no hose line, while the crew from Quint 11 remained in the front of the structure performing fire control actions. Captain Worthington led his crew inside the structure in an efficient primary search of the first floor in medium heat and limited visibility conditions. A thermal imaging camera, or TIC, was used to assist the crew for crew integrity and to check for fire and heat conditions. The crew did not find anyone on the first floor. They ascended quickly to the second floor to perform a primary search. On the second floor, the crew found high heat and low visibility conditions. Captain Worthington continued to use the thermal imaging camera to monitor heat and changing conditions, while all 3 conducted the primary search of the second floor. During the search, Firefighter Prevette located an infant in a second-floor bedroom in a playpen on the floor level. Firefighter Prevette made Captain Worthington aware, and Captain Worthington quickly provided priority radio traffic on the radio. The crew proceeded down the stairs together to the Charlie side of the house. Firefighter Prevette carried the child down the stairs and out of the structure, where he then handed the child to Chief Johnson. Chief Johnson then carried the child to the Hennepin EMS crew that was on scene so they could provide patient care. The child was transported to Minneapolis Children's Hospital by Hennepin EMS for ongoing care. At this time, the Engine 12 crew re-entered the structure to complete the primary search of the second floor. Bloomington Fire, one of our partners on scene, completed the secondary search of the structure, and no other individuals were found in the home. The child trapped inside this home survived, and it continues to flourish today because of the brave and courageous actions of Captain Worthington, Firefighter Prevette, Firefighter Doe, and Chief Johnson. For their outstanding bravery and courage in the face of great danger and risk of personal injury or death in this challenging and dangerous situation, I hereby award Assistant Chief Justin Johnson, Captain Matt Worthington, Firefighter Joshua Prevett, and Firefighter Michael Doe Eden Prairie Fire Department's highest award, the Award of Honor. Congratulations. Mayor, as you make your way down, I'm going to ask Chief Parker to be able to present each of these gentlemen with an award tonight. And the award inside the box includes a medal that indicates the Award of Honor and a pin that they can wear, a bar that they can wear on their uniform to proudly display their heroic efforts, the Award of Honor. Assistant Chief Justin Johnson. Captain Matt Worthington. Firefighter Joshua Prevett. And Firefighter Michael Doe. Congratulations, gentlemen. We're extremely proud of you. Mayor, we're going to put you right in the middle.
I just wanted to add couple comments, but one particular that as Chief Gerber was going through the explanation of what occurred, it was, I'm sure you all agree, but found it just astoundingly, not just fascinating, but impressive, the detail and the organization and the partnership that's involved in all that. And my thought right away was, this is not a one-off. This is not like, hey, this was the first time this occurred in 3 years. This is something that dozens, I mean, we don't have a lot of house fires, but nonetheless, throughout several years, dozens of instances like this occur with this kind of coordination and this type of leadership and this type of bravery. So we have the best firefighters in the world, and so we're so thankful for all that you do for Eden Prairie people. Thank you. Mr. Getchell, maybe you can go ahead and intro the next presentation sequence here, Sustainable Eden Prairie Awards.
Yes, correct, Mayor. That is very much a tough act to follow, right? But if anybody can do it, it's our Sustainability Commission. And so we have our Sustainability Commission is presenting our annual 2024 Sustainable Eden Prairie Awards. And to kick off the festivities, our Sustainability Commission Chair, Aaron Pook, will come up and make a few comments, and then we will begin with our awards.
Thank you for calling out. It's a tough act to follow, but we will do our best. Thank you for having us tonight, Mayor, Council. We are pleased to join you tonight to present this year's Sustainability Eden Prairie Award Program. This award recognizes residents and businesses who have made a significant contribution to the overall sustainability of our community in the focus areas of energy, landscape, water, and waste. This is our 8th year presenting these awards. Nominations were reviewed by the Sustainability Commission, who selected the winning projects. Tonight, we are honoring 4 award recipients, and our student sustainability commissioners will be assisting with the presentation. So with that, I'd like to invite Akil and Evie to introduce the recipient in the landscape category.
Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Good evening. My name is Akil Agarwal.
And my name's Evie Elmquist, and we are the student commissioners serving on the Sustainability Commission. Our recipient tonight in the landscape category is Natalie Sell. Natalie was nominated due to her tireless efforts to improve her home with sustainability practices, most notably her commitment to incorporate native plantings in her yard to support pollinators, birds, and wildlife. Her plantings are strategic to ensure blooming throughout the seasons.
Natalie also conserves water through her rain barrel, composts her organic waste, drives an electric car, practices energy conservation strategies, eats vegan, and even finds time to foster animals. Would Natalie Sell please come up and accept your award?
Didn't know my role. Thank you so much. This is very impressive, everything. Nice job, you two. Let's see if we want pictures. All right. Congratulations.
Next, I'd like to invite Gabriel up to the podium to introduce the recipient in the water category.
Good evening. My name is Gabriel Hernandez. Our recipient tonight in the water category is United Properties, The Ellie. The Ellie is one of Eden Prairie's newest multifamily housing developments and was designed with sustainability in mind throughout. All units use water-sense shower heads, rainwater is collected and used for resident community gardens, and the pool was designed to use as little water as possible. They also have bioswales and pervious parking areas to help with stormwater treatment with native plantings. In addition, the Ellie was designed to use 25% less energy than a typical multifamily building through high-efficiency mechanical equipment, lighting, and installation. EV charging infrastructure was installed with room to add more in the future. A green roof is installed on several areas of the building, and more than half of the waste from the building is recycled. Would representatives of the Ellie please come forward to accept your award?
In the middle.
Next, I'd like to invite Lucinda to introduce our recipient in the energy category.
Good evening. My name is Lucinda Jacobs. Our recipient tonight in the energy category is Eden Prairie Schools. For years, the school district has been working to reduce energy use in its buildings through energy efficiency improvements and LED lighting. 85% of the energy used in its buildings comes from rooftop or community solar gardens. School start times were adjusted to reduce emissions by 15%. Eden Prairie Schools has also incorporated sustainability into its food program and curriculum with a full-service bakery, farm-to-school program, and classes like green engineering and environmental science. The school district has done so much it was recognized nationally in 2024 by the Eden Prairie Department of Education as a Green Ribbon School. It was the only school district in the state to receive this honor and one of 10 nationally. Would representatives of Eden Prairie Schools please come forward to accept your award?
Clearly, I didn't memorize my agenda. You're so tall, stand down there. Oh, you're good. I clearly did not memorize my agenda for why Dr. Swanson was here, but I get it now. But it's so wonderful that you still nonetheless would come to our meeting. So.
Finally, I'd like to invite Simone up to introduce our recipient in the waste category.
Good evening. My name is Simone Kirkaby. Our recipient tonight in the waste category is Storm Trees. Storm Trees is an Eden Prairie-based business focused on turning downed or diseased trees into lumber instead of mulch or biofuel. Keeping the trees mostly intact means the carbon stored in them through natural processes is kept that way instead of being released into the atmosphere. The lumber is used for furniture, flooring, cabinets, tables, and more. They track the carbon sequestration from their products and aim to keep the finished product within 100 miles of where the tree once stood. Would representatives of Storm Trees please come forward to accept your award?
Where'd you get the wood? Yeah, from you. Yeah. I'm sure it's from you. Move on in.
In closing, I would like to congratulate all of our award recipients. Thank you to our student members for presenting the awards, and thank you to the sustainability commissioners who were able to attend tonight's award presentation. Thank you.
And thank you, Aaron. I think one thing you were thanking your fellow commission members. I think you're all here tonight, if not most of you. So if you don't mind maybe raising your hand or standing if you are a member of the commission. Stand and be recognized. Students as well. Students as well. I won't say your excellent turnout is because you had a meeting before this. I'm going to say your excellent turnout is just due to being committed to this award program. Thank you. Yeah, Mayor, I can do that. So while I think Aaron had mentioned the sustainability awards have been around for 8 or 9 years, something newer that we've been doing, and I think this is only the second year we've done this, and the first time we are recognizing our winning recipients at a council meeting is our community photo contest. And it's run out of our communications division, so I'm going to introduce Joyce Lorenz, our communications manager, and she's going to walk us through these particular awards.
Thank you. Yes, this is the second year of our community photo contest. It is a great way to create engagement with the community and also collect a lot of great photos that we can use in our communications and marketing efforts. So thank you for everyone who participated. We had 80 entries this year. They were whittled down to 30 finalists, and they were all posted to Facebook, and the public was invited to vote for their favorites. And the top 3 vote getters are declared the winners. And I believe all 3 of our winners are here with us tonight, but I'm not sure. But if Sherry Sanasak, April Nali, and Gopal Namani can join me up here, please. April, you can open that up.
Can we get the slides up, please?
Are We're going to try to get
Oh,
the
this
pictures
slide.
on. So this is, Sherry, so raise your hand, no. So Sherry's picture, beautiful. And then, yeah, raise your hand when it's yours. Okay, next. So April, very cool spelling of your name. And then, is it Go Paul? Nice, all three of them, beautiful. So congratulations. Do you want to be in too, since? All right, applause for everyone. Thank you.
So Mayor, I'll keep moving into the next item. Again, I think it's great to have, I think Joyce said over 80 entries, so that was a lot of participation and an excellent program, and you'll see many of those photos in city marketing materials. The last item, Mayor, I don't think we have anybody here for, but this is something that we've done on an annual basis, and that is the city council proclaiming and the mayor reading a proclamation supporting Small Business Saturday, which is typically the Saturday following Thanksgiving. And I don't know, it's been at least probably 15 years, if not more, that this program has been supported by Eden Prairie, and you have a proclamation to read, Mayor, and add any comments that you may wish.
Sure, thank you. One thing that this council stands on the shoulders of council members and mayors that came before us is that the city prioritizes partnerships. Partnerships primarily within the city. We have partnerships with others outside, but within the city, certainly our school district, you've heard me say so many times, 96% of the land that comprises Eden Prairie is also our school district. I'm always amazed when I go up to Minnetonka, great school district, and I meet with their superintendent. They have mayors from 13 municipalities that meet with their superintendent. Our superintendent meets with one. I think that's a phenomenal advantage for Eden Prairie. But a second group, Chamber of Commerce. We partner with our Chamber of Commerce, and we have such a close, really wonderful partnership, including of recent on our entrepreneurship program. So anytime we as a council or as a city get an opportunity to support our business community, we grab at that. And this is one of those. It's called Small Business Saturdays, so I will read the proclamation. Whereas the City of Eden Prairie celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions that they make to the local economy and community, and whereas the small business community, as well as advocacy groups and other public and private organizations across the country, have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday, and whereas, I think this is pretty interesting, 68 cents, 2/3 of a dollar, 68 cents of every dollar spent at a small business in the United States stays in that local community. And whereas according to the United States Census, there are over 38,000 small businesses with fewer than 100 employees in Hennepin County, representing over 96% of all the businesses in the county. I've never heard exactly the number of Eden Prairie, but I know we're around a couple thousand. I know there's 300 to 400 businesses in the chamber, but we have definitely over 1,000, a lot. And whereas Hennepin County has partnered with several cities in the county and the Hennepin County Housing and Redevelopment Authority to support Small Business Saturday with the multi-jurisdictional Love Local campaign, which encourages residents to support local, independently owned businesses that create jobs, boost the local economy, and make our communities vibrant and livable. And whereas for many, the Thanksgiving holiday kicks off a season of gathering, dining, shopping, experiencing arts and culture, and consumers know that supporting small, independently owned businesses has a positive social, economic, and environmental impact. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the City of Eden Prairie does hereby proclaim November 30th, 2024 as Small Business Saturday in Eden Prairie, and we urge the residents of our community to support small businesses and merchants on, well, all the time, but especially on Small Business Saturday, as well as throughout the year. Ronald A. Case, Mayor, on behalf of council members, Kathy Nelson, Mark Freiberg, PG Narayan, and Lisa Toomey. So if any small business owners are in the audience or listening at home, congratulations. We have some sitting right up here on the council with us, actually, yes. So congratulations. All right. I have no other comments, council. Anything, I don't want to cut you off here, anything of the last three presentations that you'd like to, counting this one forward, that you'd like to comment on? You don't have to. Just giving you an opportunity. We're good? Okay, Mr. Getchell, that was all the proclamations and presentations. Let's move on then to the agenda, and we need to approve it. First, let me ask the council, any items that you wish to add, or Mr. Getchell, to our agenda this evening? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda then as submitted?
Move to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed. All right. Moving on then to adoption of we need to basically canvass, which means in colloquial terms, certify the results of the municipal election that we just held. And even though we had two of you as candidates, nonetheless, you ran for the next year. You are currently the council members that will certify this this evening, along with the five of us. Mr. Getchell, I'm going to turn it back to you to let you add anything else, comments that you would like.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, Minnesota election law states that at each level of government where that election is held, that governing body, in this case, the city for city elections, must vote to canvass your results within 3 to 10 days of the election. Many times we've actually had to hold a special meeting just to do this, but this fit in the window of when we were holding our regular council meeting. Actually, our regular council meeting would have been last Tuesday, but that was election day, so we moved the council meeting forward a week. And so simply your action is to adopt a resolution canvassing the results of the municipal election. So the city election, the county and the state and the federal government handle their own level of elections. You're passing a resolution canvassing the results of the municipal election held last Tuesday, November 5th.
Great. Before we make the motion, maybe as we're doing it, David, I think I lied to you. I would like you to come up, if you wouldn't mind, and be ready in just a moment. I just would love you to share how many people, how many residents were involved in this incredibly well-oiled machine. But let us make the motion first and second it, and we'll get to you in just a moment. Council, anything else? Well, actually make the motion, and if you wish to discuss anything, we certainly can.
Move to adopt the resolution canvassing the results of the municipal election held on November 5, 2024.
Is there a second? Second. We can complement the process and talk about David afterwards. Is there anything about this motion that you wish to discuss? No. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, then they are, I guess the verb is canvassed. So David, first, thank you. You did a phenomenal job leading this process. And in the old days, it was like making sure election day went well, right? Now it's, well, you can tell us more detail. It's the 30 days or more before it, and the dozens and dozens and dozens of community volunteers, and then making sure our 19 precincts, 20, as I said, go well. It keeps growing. 20 precincts went, again, as far as I know, flawlessly. But would you just talk a little bit about how big of an operation this was and how smooth it actually went?
Yes, we have, I mean, when people walk in on election day to vote, they don't necessarily realize all the stuff that goes into it before. I mean, I had a great staff working, since, well, we had 5 elections this year, which is pretty much unprecedented. So, but this was the big one, and we had 400 or 500 election judges. I'd have to look at the number that we deployed across those 20 polling places. We had staff in here starting on September 20th. That was when early voting started. So if you were someone who voted early, then you've been in here, the room looked different. We had direct balloting that started on October 18th, and that pulled up a whole bunch more people. And I don't have the number in front of me, but it was close to like 12 or 14,000, something like that, of people who voted early in one way or another, and that includes mail and all that other stuff. So I think we had 37,000 votes cast, something like that, overall between on election day and the polling place. So there's a whole, I mean, it takes a village. I had all kinds of help from all sorts of different departments, and yeah, everything went about as well as I think it could have. So,
And your official title's city clerk, is it?
City clerk, yes.
Just, okay, I'm not saying just, but city clerk handles the election process among many other things, but
Right, I'm the elections administrator for the city, yeah.
yes. In the old days, when, and I think statutory plan A cities still have, the city clerk is one of the council members elected, I believe, or at least in the town boards they used to be. But anyway, today it's well, appointed in essence, but selected by you. Mr. Getcho, do you have anything to add to that? And then council, if you want to, don't leave, because we're gonna, like, I don't know, applaud or something. You deserve, you deserve so much, but.
No, David said that number, and I just want to mention the percent turnout, because I think it's pretty incredible for the people of Eden Prairie that David had mentioned. We had 37,536 votes out of 42,600 eligible voters, and that's an 83.6% turnout in our city.
That's incredible.
So that is incredible. So, not only is that kudos to the engaged community that's involved in votes, but like you were saying earlier, Mayor, kudos to our city clerk and all those hundreds of election judges that ran that process.
Yes. No, we're so grateful and so proud. I always brag about our staff, but you're a living example of the type of quality people that we hire that run these operations, from street snow plowing to park mowing to, I mean, just whatever. But elections is a big piece of what's visible, at least on a periodic basis. So I do want to applaud you. So join me.
Thank you.
Council, anything? Don't leave yet. We're getting you out of here just a second. Anything else, Council? That
Yeah, I was just going to say thank you, David. Personally, when I came in, voted, whole thing took me less than 5 minutes, I think. Just extremely painless process, and you guys did a great job, and thank you.
Thank you.
anyone else?
Yeah, I came in and voted in City Hall, though it was a little closer to the election, so it wasn't quite as painless. But nevertheless, it was, 15 minutes and you were in and you were out and filled out everything. And everybody looked happy in the room. Nobody looked particularly grumpy, which is an extraordinary thing to have happen during an elections.
Well, I was impressed. I voted precinct 10 on election day in the morning, and there wasn't a line yet, but the numbers of volunteers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I think I saw, just phenomenal. And you did that times 20. I mean, that's just so incredibly impressive. Anything else, Council?
No, thank you. I came on the Sunday before the election. I couldn't believe it, voting on a Sunday. It was great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, David. Mr. Getcher, do you want to add anything as his boss, or?
No, as his boss's boss. As I said, Mayor, the whole group did a great job. It was. He mentioned 5 elections. This was the big one, but there were a lot of elections in Eden Prairie last year, and just a phenomenal job that David and his team did.
And by the way, just for our observant taxpayers out there, it costs money to run elections. And so during those years where there aren't elections, that part of our budget drops significantly. And then even years, elections cost money again. And to run 5 elections this year, and sometimes they're like extra if there's suddenly a runoff or a primary or something, whatever, that requires, we're probably usually expecting them, but sometimes there can be an unexpected extra election. And so if we had a council member resign and we had the choice to run a special election, we would, and that would be another cost. So they cost money. It's a good expenditure, I think, of community money to run safe and fair and elections that you can count on, accountable. So, all right, again, thank you, David. All right, we are down to minutes. So any questions, edits of either the school district workshop we held with them back on Monday, October 14th, which was both a posted school board and a posted city council election, and then our council workshop held on October 15th, and then our council meeting. So there's 3 of them. Any additions, edits? If not, could I entertain a motion to approve all three?
Who
Move
moved?
to approve,
Sorry, you go ahead. Go.
move to approve the following city council minutes. Joint workshop with Eden Prairie School District held Monday, October 14, 2024. Council workshop held Tuesday, October 15, 2024. City council meeting held Tuesday, October 15, 2024.
Councilmember Toomey, would you second it?
Second.
All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. All right. Consent calendar. Just for anyone listening from home, it's a list of items that don't usually require any further discussion. They're either fairly perfunctory or they're, job requisitions or something that's not necessarily housekeeping, but nonetheless can be clumped together without further discussion. If I always give council members an opportunity to pull anything that they want to have more information about, we can even pull it to vote on it separately. But Councilmember Freiberg.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to talk about a second L, the command center. And all I want is a clarification of the numbers I have.
Which letter?
L.
L. Got it. Sorry.
And that's the purchase of the mobile command center. My understanding, which Gash will maybe clarify for me, is the purchase price is $1.2 million, and there's also a grant of about $965,000. Am my numbers right on that?
Your numbers are exactly right, Councilmember Freiberg. This is definitely a major point of pride. We were able to receive almost $1 million in grant money thanks to our police department for putting in for this, our council members for helping lobby for this. But yeah, we were awarded congressionally directed spending in the amount of $963,000. Which had to go through both of our U.S. Senators, Klobuchar and Smith, and Dean Phillips' office. So this is something we're very, very proud of.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you very much.
Is that adequate?
That's it.
I will say that it was a Saturday morning, like about 10:30, and back, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, something, and I got a call, and I answered, and, hey, is this Mayor Case? I said, yes. She goes, this is Senator, this is Amy Klobuchar. And I said, like the Amy Klobuchar calling me on Saturday morning at 10:30, and that late night they had been passing all these bills with these extra, and she'd fought, not extra, but important extra items added in, and she fought for this, and she was so excited that she got Eden Prairie, helped to get Eden Prairie this extra nearly $1 million. So was I excited. So it just shows, again, partnerships. In that case, it's with people and our elected officials that are outside of Eden Prairie. But this was very exciting. And again, this vehicle will be not just ours. I mean, this is a command center vehicle that can be shared when there are crises in cities around us. Not every city has the newest technology command center like ours, and so they will request it if there's a need that's out there in an emergency. So, all right, any other items that you wish to have more information about? Okay, if not, is there a motion to approve items A through M on the consent calendar?
I'll move approval of items A through M on the consent calendar.
I second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye opposed. All right. Let's see, moving to payment of claims, which again are in the classic old day sense. There are checks that we wrote out. It's all the expenditures since the last meeting. It's pages and pages long. We have access to them as a council. We can look through. Council, any line items that caught your eye that you want to know more information about? If not, is there a motion to approve the payment of claims?
Move for approval of payment of claims as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
This is a roll call vote because it's that important that the five of us stand behind and take accountability for all the expenses, money going out from the city. So roll call vote.
Councilmember Freiberg.
Aye.
Councilmember Narayan.
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson.
Aye.
Councilmember Toomey.
Aye.
Mayor Case.
Aye. Council and Mr. Getchell, is there anything else to come before the council this evening?
Mayor, just to mention quickly, because I know these were consent items too, and I do want to mention, I think there's a few other projects on here too that were grant funded as well. So I think it's good to mention.
Would you call them out? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Because we spent some time on the mobile command center, and so we've got the solar project at the fire station.
Call the letter out too.
That's consent item E, and then I think some of the ash tree removal as well, or the shade tree bonding grant. So I just kind of want to mention that, staff does great work in terms of applying for these grants, and then, as we mentioned, the work in terms of, council members working to support these, as we talked about earlier, like the command center. Councilmember Toomey was in Washington for a conference, and she was promoting the command center. And I know we've got Jen Fierce, who was here earlier. She's our sustainability coordinator. She sought out that money for the solar array on the fire station. So you look at, the staff and the council members, like I just mentioned, that are kind of out there looking for ways to save tax dollars money. There's taxpayers' money.
We got it. It communicated. All right, council, anything else? If not, is there a motion to adjourn tonight's city council meeting?
Move to adjourn the city council meeting tonight.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is adjourned.